Hey, what's up everybody? Matt Nuzzo hanging out here in the backyard reel. We've got Aidan Nicholas, and he is going to talk to us about his rig for dock starting. So this is the new Armstrong Pump Foil. What's the name of it, Aidan?
This is the APF, the Armstrong Pump Foil 1675.
1675. So it's going to be two sizes, 1675, and then
1880, which is still
almost done, so probably in the 1880 area. And what sizes are going to be for what size? Like, how do you make a decision which one to get?
It all depends on, one, how long you want to pump and how much you weigh.
Right.
If you're a smaller guy, sometimes you can run a slightly bigger foil, and you're Oscar and you can pump for hours.
Right.
But 1675, I'm 80 kgs, which is 165 pounds. And I run the 1675 and 5 minutes pumping time I can get comfortably, and it feels sweet.
And Army is, I think, 90 kgs about, which is about 200 pounds, and he's
still pumping up the 1675.
Right.
The 1880 should just give you a little bit longer time.
Right. It's not going to turn as well, so people that might be using this in downwind or surf or something like that probably stick with the 1675, and then the monster one for just bigger people, flat, you know, like.
And even standing starts. If you're not gonna, if you have no room to run and jump, sometimes a standing dock start, that bigger foil, will give you a longer time to get onto the foil properly before it touches down.
And then tell me about the rig here. So we've got the WKT 109, which is like, you know, awesome. The board's super stiff, smaller board, better for pumping, right?
Yeah, exactly. I like as small as possible, compact as I can. Just means that I can pump for longer and not use as much effort. Don't have as much swing weight.
Right. And then what about the mast length and size? Looks like Performance 655 on there. So that's a pretty short mast for a pretty monster wing. Why are you going short mast?
Short mast, it's stiffer for the length it is. And this mast, when you're in shallower waters, makes it perfect. Or if you're jumping off a dock. So we have a few different heights here. We'll show you as we go here. So when I'm jumping off the dock, I can sit it right here, and that's a comfortable height for me.
Right.
If you're not as flexible, you may want a slightly longer mast because you can't lean over as far. But the 655 is perfect, and it's the most efficient because you got the least amount of mast in the water at any time.
Right. So and the foil's closest to the surface, right?
Exactly, so you can pump for longer.
So the ultimate pump mast is going to be the Performance 655 because it's the stiffest and it's the shortest, making it have the less drag.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. And then what about tail?
Tail here. So these pump foils are going to come with a Pump 202 tail. We're running the 220 here, which has just been
the Glide 220.
Glide 220, which has just been released, and people are starting to ride them now. And these tails are epic. They give a lot of stability in the back end, and just mean you can pump for longer.
Right. And so if you want a like dedicated pump tail, they'll have a dedicated pump tail. But you want something that's a little more versatile, you Glide 220 is going to be a really good all-around tail. Could you put like a 300 on there too, like the CF 300, or is that going to create too much drag? I think it'll create too much drag. The Pump 202, I think, will be, if you're purely looking to pump and you're wanting that sort of thing, the Pump 202 is the best tail to match it. Right. The section in the front wing and the tail wing are the same sections in the Pump 202, which means it runs the best and runs the most efficient when you run the tail with the front wing. Perfect. And then, so why don't you just give us a couple pointers on how to dock start, and you know, a couple things that a few pointers that we can learn to dock start with.
Yeah, 100%. So I like to kind of line up my body, kind of my center of my body, looking down through the foil. That's the best way to start. So here I've set mine up. I like a little bit more front foot pressure, so I've set mine up at just between 7 and 8. But I recommend if you're first starting here, these pump foils give a little bit more front foot pressure than most of our other foils. And if you ride a little bit further back in the mast box, then I would go to 4, and that'd be a comfortable starting position. Give you a little bit more time to get over it. Right on. So when you hold it, you hold your closest hand where you're gonna put your front foot, and you hold the outside hand where you're hoping to put your back foot. Then when you go, you replace the hand weight you're pushing down on with where your foot's gonna go. That means you don't change the weight as much when you place your feet. Perfect. The other thing about when you are jumping off the dock is just imagine, since you put your hands in the right spot, think your feet are gonna land there. And then if they don't land there, the first 15 times when you learn how to dock start, you'll probably it's getting your feet right. But if you're looking where you want to go, when you do get them in the right position, you'll be ready to actually start pumping and going places. Nice. Perfect. Awesome. Well, let's see it, bro. I gotta do it properly. No pressure. Thanks, Matt. Away he goes. Awesome. Got more questions about pump foils? Want to come to reel?
learn how to pump. Got a bunch of coaches that teach you this stuff. Full fleet of skis, Waterman's Retreat in the background. So effortless, awesome. Give us a call to shop, 252-987-6000. Reach out online, realwatersports.com. See you on the water for the next session.
Got it. Phew. Into the real boat basin. We got a little turn. I'm gonna pass you back to Matt.
That boy's got some lungs. Want to get in shape? Learn to pump foil. That'll do it.